So Wu-Tang production, I started that myself personally. Took my last 10 G's. I had a choice. I'll share this with you. I had a choice, bro. Me and Tony had $20,000, right? And the plan was to go hook up with my Uncle Joe and get a break.
I just knew Uncle Joe wasn't good. I'm just being like,
that's my man, though. Check it out.
What'd you say? Yo, it's the way you say Uncle Joe.
Call my pops. That's my pops' brother. My pops' brother. My pops' first cousin. So we go down and we see Uncle Joe. But at the same time, I got a seed in the oven. I got knowledge of self that's clear now because I'm not smoking or drinking, so my brain waves are super clear. And we down. I'm not a vegan. I knocked out like 17 chicken wings that day. You know what I mean? 8 legs. I'm going in. It's like, and we talking about it. It's like, yo, boom, we'll get it to North Carolina. I'll get it from North Khaki and bring it to the Packy, right? But on that trip, yo, I decided to leave without it. Came back to New York empty-handed. Had the money.
Right.
And I told Tony, like, nah, I'm done. I'm done negative. Right? Because every time we did something negative, something went wrong. Somebody got locked up, somebody got shot, or you gotta get your biscuit. And it says negative breeds negative. In the Bible, it says for every negative action you do, I give you one in return. It says, but for every positive action you do, I multiply you by 10. So I was like, yo, I gave Ghost his half, took my half. And I actually told him, I said, yo, bro, love you. Go on with your life, man. Because Ghost is so real that the way we was going, he would have jumped in front of the bullet. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, God, I appreciate everything, but go ahead. I got to figure something else out. And I just walked. I walked for days and days and days. People thought I was going crazy a little bit. But I was formulating. And I realized what I had to do. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mr. James Smith. He's the father of Mel Quan. Mel Quan was my first manager. I'm giving him a shout out because I used to go to his crib and he believed in his son, Mel Quan, so he started a record label called Jamaica Records. And that's where he had a group called the Divine Force on it. Sir Abu and all of them, right? From Pink Houses. But I always went to his house because I was signed as an artist. I used to borrow $300 for the rent. I stopped scrambling and all that at this time, right? But he always had boxes of records stored in his crib. And I realized that the record company was his house. The brownstone was the label.
Wow.
So I took my 10 G's and went and sat down with him. Played a few games of chess and said, I want to start a company. He said, yo, you go talk to Mr. Warren. Mr. Warren will help you. I went to talk to Mr. Bill Warren. We formed the Wu-Tang production. I put the money in the lawyer, put the money in the bank, formed the company, formed contracts, and then took this idea and stepped to my brothers like, yo, this is the plan.
So before you formed the company, you didn't have them fully assigned to you?
No.
So you had to go to them and convince them that
that was the foundation.
Okay.
First I had to form a company.
That's hard.
And then I ain't gonna say convince my brothers. I would say to advise my brothers.
Right. Because you was going to go anyway, whether they kept with you or not. Yeah, okay.
I'm going. Check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's go together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, look, by myself, at the end of the day, no disrespect to nobody, and I'm a guaranteed gold artist.
Right.
I got gold Bobby Digitals, gold Grave Diggers.
Right.
With my Wu-Tang brother, I'm multi-platinum.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
And you knew that? You knew that?
Yeah, by myself, but together, the community eats.
Right.
Look how many families eat off of this fucking tree, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that piece with you because
What was the date that you made the company? Like around what year?
this is probably the company's 92.
Okay.
Right? And then Protect Your Neck comes out. I make the company first. And then after the company started gearing up equipment, went and got Power to join me, help gear up equipment. Gave him a divine control of management. Right? Told him nobody takes nobody's publishing. Publishing always stay with the artist. I read the book. You know what I mean?
Right.
And built it. So the point I was saying by sharing that with you is that the idea to do wrong was trumped by the idea to do right. And then the idea to do right multiplied my entire family, my entire team. And to this day, right? Like you think about the Wu-Tang series, right?
On Hulu. On Hulu, yeah.
Or, you know, I got 10 new young men.
Right.
Actors. Some of them is their first gig. Right? Turning them to millionaires. That's what Wu-Tang is.
Just so you know, we had DMX on the show, right? And DMX, so I said something to him, and DMX said, I stopped dissing whack rappers. And I said, oh yeah, why? And he said, because every one rapper can feed 16 families. So just think about that.
Right.
Think about what you did.
Right.
Like,
Imagine
if X Theory is right.
Right.
Just
If
think
his
about
theory is right.
Yeah, you funded a whole village, a whole town, a whole city.
At least Connecticut.
No bullshit, though. No bullshit. Let's make
I mean, you can argue that Wu-Tang had its own economy. You created an economy that was Wu-Tang.
Nah, that's crazy.
I'm glad for RZA that small decision to build an empire with Wu-Tang instead of selling drugs changed RZA's life and many others forever. Even the Bible says the one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. Same applies to me. I built an empire with my YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. With God, you reap what you sow, as the Bible says. Only man in the world who can do handstand push-ups with his fist.